Okay, this is going to be the review for Thursday, your CBQ 3.1 that we're taking on Thursday. So this video will be 1 through 5. So for the first one, the graphs of line K1 and K2 are shown in the grid. Okay, which system of equations is best represented by this? So all you got to do is let's check. Let's put A in and see, does it give us this graph? Now, it helps if we can already identify some the way it's supposed to look. I know this line is supposed to be moving down. It crosses right here at 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to cross here at 3. I see that this line that's moving up crosses right here at 0, -1, -2, -3. All right, so that helps. I see that where they intersect each other is a little bit right there. Not quite perfectly at 1, but really close to 1 and then really close to 3. It's not a pretty point, but it's really close. What are some other features? I see that this one going up crosses right here between 0 and 1 kind of. And it just helps if we can identify some of the features. So let's look. I'll type in A. So, and I'm going to do them side by side so you can kind of see. So A is 7x minus y equals 7. So 7x minus y equals 7. Oops. And the second one is 3x plus 14y equals 49. So 3x plus 14y equals 49. Okay, so since my screen's a little small, let me zoom out. Okay, so by looking at it, I see this one going down, this one going up. Excuse me. I see that the line going down, 1, 2, 3, doesn't quite perfectly cross at 3. It crosses at 3.5, right? The line going up, right? Our line going up was supposed to cross here at -3, and I see this one crosses here at -7. So do these two equations match? No, they don't. So now let's try B. So B is 7x minus y equals 3. So 7x minus y equals 3. And the second one was 3x plus 14y equals 42. Okay, so again, I'm going to look here. I'm going to adjust my calculator a little bit for you guys to see. Zoom in a little bit. So I see that the line going down, this black line, this one going here, it does cross at 3. Right, 1, 2, 3. So it does have that feature. I see that the intersection wasn't quite at 1 and wasn't quite at 3, but it was really close. I see that the line going up, this one, the one that's this one, it also crosses, whoops, it also crosses right here at -3, and then the point that's right here that we pointed out, we really couldn't tell, but we knew it was between 0 and 1. Also between 0 and 1, they're saying it's at 0.42. So it's looking pretty much like it's it. But just to be sure, just in case, I'm going to put a little check. It does look really good. Let's just double check. Let's try C. X minus 7, y equals -14. So x minus 7y equals -14. And then the second one is 14x plus 3y equals 34. Okay, and I can already tell that the line going this way from left to right is supposed to be moving down. This one is moving up, and the line that's coming up this way, this one's moving down. So I can already tell this is not a match. Not to mention, yeah, just they don't look like they're moving the same direction. So it can't be C. And then by the look of the equation, I'm assuming it's not going to be D either, but let's just check. So we have 7x minus 7y, x minus 7y equals positive 14. And then 14x plus 3y equals 34. So the only thing they changed was that positive to negative. And again, yeah, this one doesn't match because this line in this direction is moving upward when this one was supposed to be moving down. So yeah, none of that matches. So looks like B was the right answer. So we got that one for 1. That's all you got to do is match. So this one too, a bus travels 2 different routes. So there's a white route and a green route, and the routes are different lengths. Okay, so on Friday, the bus traveled the white route 7 times and the green route 3 times, traveling a total of 78. All right, remember every time you have a total of, that's my equal sign, so I should be equal to 78. So let's go on ahead and give the white route a variable. We'll give white route the x and the green route the y. Okay, so white route was 7, so 7 is going to go with x, and, which is my plus sign, oh sorry, the and was right here. 3 is going to go with the green, which we're going to say is the y. Okay, so that's one equation. 7x plus 3y equals 78. On Saturday, the bus traveled the white route 10 times and the green route 5, traveling a total of 114. So for this one, the white route, which we're saying is x, was 10x, and 5y is equal to 114. And we want to know what is the length of the white route. So we're calling white route x. So we're going to solve for the x. So we're going to put in both of our equations, right? So that was one of them. This was the other one. So let's go on ahead and put them in Desmos. So we'll come here so you can still see 7x plus 3y equals 78. 10x plus 5y equals 114. So again, let's kind of zoom out. Let's see, what did I do? No, I made a mistake. 10x. Okay. So again, we're looking for where they cross. So they cross at 9.6 and 3.6. But again, I'm just solving for the white, and we gave the white the x. So I'm just looking at the x, which is 9.6. Okay. Number 3, composition notebook contains 20 more sheets than a diary notebook. The total number of sheets of paper in 4 new composition and 7 new diary notebooks is 196. Which system of equations can be used to find the number C, to find C, the number of sheets in 1 new composition, and D, the number of sheets in 1 new diary? So I got C and D, right? So the first piece of information I can group together is I know that I had 4 new compositions. So again, C is composition, so 4 goes with C, all right? And 7 new diaries, so 7 goes with D for a total of, the total was 960, right? So I can look at my answer choices. A has 4C plus 7D is 960. B has 4C plus 7D is 960. C has 7C plus 4D. That doesn't go. And this one also has 7C plus 4D, so D is also not right. So this is where it gets a little complicated. You got to think. All right, so composition notebook, C, has 20 more than, okay? So typically we'd be looking for a plus 20. But looking here at my answer choices, C plus D equals 20 and C minus D, they set up the equation a little bit different. So we got to think about this a little bit. You have a composition notebook contains 20 more sheets. All right, so if we're adding them together, do we get 20? Or if we take away the difference, will we be left with 20 because one of them has more? All right, so which one is it? We're not adding them. This one, actually, if we take the composition notebooks and we take away the diary, we should have 20 more sheets because the composition notebook contains 20 more. All right, so what's set up a little different, but if you just think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I have more. That's why I'm subtracting. Okay, so number 4, one wall inside a video game store is used to display Switch and Xbox games, so I know that's what I'm going to be talking about. There are 207 games in this display, and there are 3.5 times as many Xbox games as there are Switch games. So how many Switch and Xbox games are on display? So we'll go on ahead and say that Xbox games will be X, and then the Switch will be Y. X for Xbox, right? Makes sense? Okay. So we're going to use our piece of information. So I know there's 207 games, right? And what are the 2 games I'm talking about? Xbox games and Switch games. So X and Y. My Xbox and my Switch will be 207. All right. And the second equation was there are 3.5 times as many Xbox as there are Switch. So 3.5 times as many Xbox. So do I have more Xbox or do I have more Switch? We have more Xbox, and we have how many more? We have 3.5 times, tells me I'm multiplying to my Switch, right? 3.5 times as many Switch, and then boom, that's how many Xbox I have. So these are my 2 equations, again, to solve. Let's go on ahead and put them in Desmos. So let's go on ahead and put them in. So I have X plus Y equals 207, and then X equals 3.5 Y. Let's see, did I type something in wrong? Oh no, I just gotta zoom out a little more. Okay, so now I see it, and again, those are my 2 options. So remember, X was talking about Xbox, Y was talking about my Switch. So there's 100. Oh, did I do this backwards? Gotta dog it. There's as many Xbox games. Anyways, my numbers match 161 and 46. As there are Switch games, so okay, I think it was just worded wrong. I think there's another little mistake. Oh no, I'm not. No, this was not right. So they're backwards. I knew I read it wrong. So this one, okay, we said that the Switch was gonna be Y. So the Switch had 46, and the Xbox, which we were saying is X, had 161. So it was the Switch had 46, the Y, and the Xbox had 161. So I just looked here and looked for the order, and that was not correct because we set up our Xbox to be X and our Switch to be Y, so the numbers were actually reversed. So the answer was C. And I'm actually going to stop the video here, do 1 through 4, and I'll pick up on 5 for the next video.